Hey peoples at the interwebs, it's Doodle Palace and I'm back for another video! Finally! It's been a while since I really posted any longer content. This seems to happen all the time, so don't worry about it too much. Anyways, Artfight is coming up and I have done a lot of preparation for it but haven't really had the time to make this video. So we're doing it now, like a few days before it starts. We'll see how that goes. And while I could explain to you what exactly Artfight is, I'm just going to assume you know, and there's loads of videos out there if you don't that'll explain it in a bit more detail. But it's pretty much an art event that takes course over the entirety of July, so if you want to know more, there's some great videos out there that'll explain it to you. I'm also trying to do this editing thing in a bit of a different way than I normally do, because normally I kind of put the video together and then add the voiceover. This time we're starting with the voiceover and I'm just gonna add everything on after. It's gonna be an experiment. We're gonna see if I like doing it this way more. Anyways, my Artfight prep can be set up into 3 different categories. Editing my profile itself, creating little GIFs for all my character thumbnails, and doing the actual dreaded character sheets. Dun dun dun! So many of my characters needed updated ref sheets, so this took a long time. A few of them did get new ones last year, but most of them are super outdated. Anyways, for this first part, I feel good we'll keep it pretty short and simple because, well, there's not much to talk about when it comes to the changes I made to my profile. I mostly just wanted to make it look a little nicer and a bit more cute and fancy, because all I had before was just a big wall of text, and that's a little boring. Anyways, the first thing I did was create a little about me kind of section. I just kind of used it to say, oh, this is who I am. I'm Doodle Palace, I'm 24, blah 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 blah. I like to draw, meh. Coupled with a little drawing of my character there, just, I don't know, I thought it was fitting to have a full body on that whole about me kind of page. It didn't take me too long to draw. I did it fairly quick. I think it took me less than an hour. I have no idea now, but yeah, it didn't take me too long. After that, I had kind of been inspired by seeing these people making random character generators. That's not the right word for it, but it's like a loot box. When you click on it, it gives you a random character that's on your site. And my gosh, did I want to add one to mine. So I did up a really cute, simple drawing that I could just put there, that if you clicked it, it would take you to a random character. Which was a whole experience because I had to figure out how to code that, which was easier than I thought it was, but still a pain. Got it working though, so we're kind of winning. And while I could spend ages explaining to you on how to do this, there's other people who explain it way better, so I'll leave a link to the tutorial I used down below. Anyways, the last point for this section I would like to point out, I made kind of a border effect with these 2 characters I have called Mellow and Meep. They're essentially worms that make dreams and nightmares respectively. I haven't mentioned them before, but they kind of go with Doodle, my mascot person. They are fairly new and they are very cute. I do like them a lot. They are very simple, just little wormy guys. Anyways, I drew both of them on their own separate thing and used them to kind of make an alternating border around the About Me page and the random character thing, and this I have a text box that just has some other things like who I'll draw and whatever else. But yeah, with those 3 things all combined, I had a profile that I was actually very proud of. I spent a few days after I first put it together just staring at it because the colors and everything just, I don't know, I was really liking how it was looking, so I could not stop looking at it. Now next up is a little bit of a toss-up on whether I talk about my character icons first or whether I talk about the refs first. I think it makes a bit more sense to talk about the refs, just so you're introduced to the characters as we go, and then when I do their icons, it'll make a bit more sense. Now first on the chopping block was Noah. He is one of I wouldn't say he's a super old character of mine, but he's fairly old and his design is super outdated. Somewhere on my channel there exists a animation meme of him, and I have seen it recently. At the time I was super proud of it, but I watched it recently and my god, is that it's so outdated, man. It's so crazy to look at. Anyways, one of the big things I changed about him was kind of his height and like skin tone and stuff. Just because he is twins with one of my friend's characters. This is the Drawing Mango Cat, who you may or may not know. I've done a few videos with her in the past. Anyways, the main point being, these two twins look absolutely nothing alike. They don't look related at all. They are two completely different characters. They look like they're different ages, and Noah was always tiny. I made him, he was very short, he was very wee, and so I just made him a little taller, and so now they match a little bit more. His outfit also got a bit of a change, because it was definitely a little boring and bland in the last one, and I didn't really like how it looked, so that also got a revamp. And all in all, not many of the other character refs I do in this part of like the video really got changed. But Noah got like a whole ass redesign. I just needed to work on him a little bit. Anyways, this formula of full body, headshot, palette, and eyes will be the same for all of these character sheets. Like I kind of use the same formatting for all of them. It just kind of makes them match a little bit more, and I do really like how they look all together. Anyways, that's Noah done, so let's move on to doing someone else. Alright, so next up is Jasper, and he's probably one of my favourite characters. I played him in a D&D campaign a few years ago, and ever since I've been really attached to him. He's very silly and very stupid, but I love that for him. I didn't really make any changes to his design. I'm still pretty happy with where it is. But if you look at his old like character ref, it just needed a lot of work, honestly. I think I drew the thing in like 10 minutes along with another character I'll mention later. It was like a really quick sketch and the proportions are so wacky. Like, it was just there to like get his colors down and like a vague outline of his design. But my god, does it look bad. So I'm super excited in finally having a design that I really like the look of. Well, not a design, didn't redesign him, but a character reference sheet that I'm super happy with at least. Anyways, that's Jasper's character sheet done, and I figured I may as well do Luca next because, well, I mentioned him here, so you may as well see what he looks like. Anyways, Luca is my cute little rabbit guy. I realize I haven't mentioned this yet, but between Noah, Jasper, Luca, and I have this other character, Cole, who I like to refer to, like all four of them as a group, the Twink Quartet, because, like, all four of them, I love them to bits. They're some of my favorite characters I have. All of them are twinks, and I can do nothing about that. I love them so much. But all of them are twinks. But regardless, I'm not drawing Cole here because I kind of just designed him last year, so he's got a fairly up-to-date reference sheet. So I'm not touching that. That's just another thing to do, so I'm just not gonna do it. Anyways, Luca himself is my little crybaby murder rabbit. That's the best way I could describe him to you. I focus his reference on his, I guess, civilian outfit was what it would be. But he does have a secondary outfit where he's like got a mask and might murk people. Couldn't say for sure, you know. This actually means though his scrunkly old like 10-minute reference sheet is still up on Artfight because I only updated the reference with his civilian clothes and didn't do the rabbit outfit. So I needed a reference for that, and that's the only one I have. So it's still there, and it kind of bothers me. But that's a job for next year, I suppose. But regardless, with that out of the way, Luca's done now. He's got an updated ref. And let's do a different character. Alright, next up, I think it only makes sense that we move away from all of my many twinks to actually focus on one of my female characters. This is my little baby girl, Willow. She is actually the character I have had for the longest time. Like, I can tell you exactly when I made her because it was back when I was in primary school playing, like, pretend with some friends during our lunch breaks. And I was really into the Hunger Games when the books first came out. That's why she's always had a braid. She's always had a braid. She originally had black hair, got changed to blonde a few years later when she got her actual name, and wasn't just called my name. Yeah. But I do so love her. She is my baby girl. I've had her for like... So Hunger Games came out in 2008, right? So it's been like math amount of years. I can't be bothered to do the math. But anyway, she's like super old now, and if you look back through my old sketchbooks, all you'll see is her. But honestly, I don't think I've ever done a proper reference sheet for her. I've just been drawing her for so long, I know how to draw her, like, from memory, like, very accurately. So I've never had to, like, make her a reference, so, well, she finally has one. Yippee! Alright, so we're gonna call Willow done there, and since I talked about my oldest ever character, I think it's only right to mention my newest ever character. This is Lumi. He is very new. I've been wanting to design a clown type of character for the longest time. I just never really got around to it because I didn't really know exactly what I wanted. But what with the Artfight teams this year and one of my friends coming up to me and going, hey, we should make clown OCs together, I was like, I am so down. I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while. Lumi was bored, and he's such a guy. He's like huge. He's so tall. I kind of took a lot of inspiration from like stilt walkers at like carnivals or circuses, as well as things like Poppy Playtime. Honestly, he's kind of like a giant animatronic toy thing. I don't know. He's not quite a murder robot though, I think. I haven't decided on that. He may become a murder robot. I make no promises. It was so hard to decide on his colors though, just because I wanted him to be super colorful and have lots of different colors. But it's also really hard not to make him look super ugly when doing that. But I think the teal, purple and red kind of color scheme that I went for really scratches that itch in my brain, so I really like how he turned out. Alright, I've got about 3 more character sheets to do, so I'm just gonna go over them really quickly. First up, I kind of did a bit of a redesign, revamp of this My Little Pony character I have. She is the only one that made it out from my Drawing the 7 Deadly Sins as My Little Ponies video that I was gonna make and never ended up finishing. So, she was Sloth, if you didn't get that, but yeah, she was Sloth. Her name was Sloth for a while, but this year I finally decided to actually give her a name, so meet Hollow Lullaby. I thought it was kinda cool. But she's kinda evil, and kinda, well, she's kinda lazy. I don't know how evil she is yet. I haven't really decided. But the update to her design and overall appearance definitely helped in my, like, feelings towards her. I definitely like her a lot more now, when I was a bit unsure of her before, so maybe I need to revisit that video idea. No promises, but maybe. Anyways, next I'll talk about Mellow and Meep. I mentioned them a little earlier in the video, but now we're actually drawing them and designing them because I just kind of designed them as I went. But anyway, Mellow is kind of in charge of making dreams, and she is a bit more nice, chill, and sensitive than Meep is. Meep is a little bit more evil and a little bit more prickly or something. I don't know. He's spiky. What do you want from me? He's in charge of making nightmares, so one is dreams and one is nightmares, and they kind of help Doodle, who's like, you know, my mascot person, because her whole thing, that's why she's like part sheep, part dragon, she's like a dream dragon or something. That was the vibe I was going for, at least. Regardless, they help him make dreams and nightmares respectively, and it kind of makes me tempted to do an evil version of my stoner because she kind of needs a nightmare version now. Alright, so those are all of my redone or just completely new character reference sheets that I've done for this year's art fight. I'm pretty happy with like all of them. And I want to do the icons that'll kind of go with them. I wanted to do something slightly animated because I wanted to be a fancer. Regardless, let's get started on that. So I don't have a lot to say in regards to these. This will probably be the shortest segment of the video because, well, I didn't do a whole lot. I pretty much drew 2 frames of each character and just like animated them at 2 frames a second, so they like swapped between, so it looked slightly animated. Just makes them look a little bit more interesting when they're on Artfight. I really like how a lot of them turned out. Doodle especially, I got her like blowing a kiss and she looks so cute. I don't know why I drew them this way though, because I like did all the sketches for them and then started at the back and then worked forward. So I like drew Jasper, but Jasper was the last one I finished. I don't know why I did it that way. It kind of bothers me, honestly. A lot of things bother me, I realize now. But this one bothered me immensely. I'm like, well, I really wanted to start with Jasper. That's why I sketched him first, because I love him. But I don't know why I didn't do him until last. Like, I literally only finished him a couple days ago. So, some of them move a lot more than others. Like Noah is probably the easiest one because all I did was open and close his eyes and like nothing else. Lucas, I'm not sure if I like, and I might redo sometime because the big tears are cute and I kind of like them, but I also think it looks a bit weird, so I'm not fully set on it. I kind of did Lumi off by himself on his own sheet. He was fairly easy to do because I just kind of moved his head up and down, so he was really fast out of all of them. A few of the other ones took a little longer, but Lumi was very quick. I think Mellow and Meep are the most unique ones because the way I did them was I drew both of them. I just kind of copy and paste their bodies over, but I drew them and then in Procreate Dreams, which is why you don't see me doing it here. In Procreate Dreams, at 2 frames a second, I had them spin in a circle, so they look like they're like going around in a circle. Anyway, I really like how it turned out. It was really easy to do. But, yeah. Anyways, that's all my little animated icons done. They were pretty simple. They're my little chibi little guys, so they're fairly quick to do. I should have them popping up on screen now so you can see what they actually look like animated all together. I really like how they turned out. At some point I'm gonna redo like all of them, so all of them have this kind of 2-frame animation thing going on. But that's a whole job, and Artfight is so close to starting, it's kind of stressing me out. So I don't have time. That's another day's job. That's probably next year's job, in fact. Alright, regardless, that's all of my art prep done. Like, all of my art fight prep done. I honestly think this is the most art fight prep I've ever done. Normally, I don't bother doing it a whole lot. Like, I do a little bit here and there, but normally I just reuse, like, drawings I've already done. But this year, I just kind of went all out and redrew so many things. Also, I'd love for you guys to let me know whether you like this new style of voiceover, because I didn't stop a lot of the things that I would normally stop. Like, normally I'd go back and re-record bits I didn't like, but this time I just kind of committed to most of it. Sometimes I delete things. Most of the time, I just full on send that. So, you have to let me know if you don't like it. and I'll go back to doing the other stuff where I spend ages working on it and then never finish the video. It happens, okay? I get bored of the voiceover. I think it's boring. Hopefully this is more interesting to watch though. I hope I'm more entertaining when I'm just like yapping. Anyways, I didn't mention it earlier, so I'm just going to like leave this here. I'm on team comedy this time. I'm planning to attack everyone. I don't care what team you're on. That never really bothered me too much. I am team comedy though, if it matters to you. I don't really have anything in particular I'm looking to attack this time. I'm just gonna find people to attack and do whatever. I'm going to try to do as many revenges as I can. We'll see how that goes. And I plan to make more videos. Maybe. I'll try my best. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. And goodbye!